Hi, Tom Croley, coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN, and welcome into another edition of Sports Flash. And certainly my honor and privilege to welcome in Jordan Forrey. Jordan, welcome. And Sabine Croley, coach of the bowling team in Bowser High School. Coach, I'll start with you. 4 years you've been coaching at Bowser in the bowling.
Yes.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
But it goes a little deeper than that, Coach. Take me inside this. I thought I heard something to the nature of, as far as winning the league, I thought I heard back to back to back. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Take me inside. How's that happen? Great coaching, I know, but tell me about the kids.
Well, I can't take all the credit for the coaching. I'm more like the football head coach, and then I've got a lot of assistant coaches
Who are
under
some of
me.
the assistants? Throw some props out.
My biggest assistant coach is Dan Albrecht.
Okay.
He is the grandfather of the captain of our bowling team. I'm hoping he comes back next year.
Okay.
And then I have another father on my JV team. His name is Kevin Carnicom. He helps out with my handicap team.
Okay.
Other than that, I also have Blake Griffin and my daughter Heidi Croley, who've both graduated from high school, who also help out with the JV teams. As far as my other bowlers go, I've got Hunter Heath, who came to me as an 8th grader. He joined my team only because I had a boy named Kevin Teal, who had bowled previously for St. John's, because I didn't have a team for him that year.
Okay.
He came back to me his freshman year, and he insisted on bowling varsity. I had never seen him bowl before. I've never had any experience with the varsity teams, and he dragged Hunter along, and the rest became history.
Well, Coach, you don't have to worry about experience. See, the way it works in coaching, and no matter what you're coaching, when you win leagues back to back to back to back, you're doing it right now. You don't have to worry about any experience. You're done with the experience, Coach. You've done a great job. Jordan, average 206, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty good average. You realize that? And you were telling Greg, Frankie, and I were talking to you before in the green room that you only bowl like once a week. Is that it, kind of? Roughly?
About, yeah.
Do you realize, Jordan, that at 206, if you start bowling like maybe 3 times a week or 4 times a week, we'll be watching you on, you could be a pro bowler on Beat the Champ, Pin Busters, or maybe we create a BCSN show for you. I mean, you obviously had real talent. Who's been instrumental for you as far as crafting your bowling skills?
My dad.
Yeah. Was your dad always been a bowler?
For a while, yeah. He started to bowl, like, how would I say it? Like,
when he was young?
Yeah, but then he really got into it when I first started.
Okay, well, how early, Jordan, did he start working with you on bowling? Were you in grade school? Were you?
I was 6 years old.
Did you start with those the things that I would need if I was bowling with you, those bumpers on the things, and did you start that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you do the bowling at night where everything's lit up and all that? You do some of that?
Sometimes, not
occasionally. We were chatting, Jordan. You're doing a sport that, I think it's the coolest thing in the world, because I played football all my life, and I got to tell you, there aren't a lot of opportunities for a 64-year-old guy to go out and tackle football. I mean, I look around, but I don't see those opportunities. But you have a sport that you can do forever. That's got to make you feel kind of good.
Yeah, it does.
What's the strong part of your game? What's the best thing that you do in bowling? Coach, do you know, Coach? What would you say?
I don't know what this best thing is, but we get a lot of 10-pin practice.
Okay, the 10-pin? Yeah. Coach, how much instruction, the kids come to you, I think it's probably a little bit like tennis. They come to you with instruction already there a lot of times, whether it's a mom or a dad who has worked with the youngster, in Jordan's case, his dad. So they come, the grip, the stance, the steps, they come with a certain amount of instruction. How much do you break them down, and how much do you say, hey, they're okay, I'll just let it go? Take me inside that.
I'm kind of 50-50 with that.
Right.
I'll watch them bowl. I'm more the numbers person when it comes to setting their lineups when they have to face an opponent. I'm better at the numbers and what we have to do to get that win. Dan Albrecht is better at fine-tuning the bowlers. He knows how to read the lanes, knows what kind of a ball they need to get to achieve that goal. My other coaches that I have, they work on the kids with their approach and throwing the ball, just the basic stuff. Like I said, and then Dan Albrecht comes in and does the more fine-tuning.
Since I've got you both here, this has always been interesting to me. How different really are the lanes? I mean, I hear, this one's got, is really slick, and this one isn't as slick, and, more oil. And Jordan, do you notice a big difference throwing the ball in different lanes?
Yeah, it just depends on They can put different type of oil patterns out just depending on what they put out that day.
Yeah.
And then it also depends on who you're bowling with, because everyone throws the ball differently.
Okay.
It can mess with the oil.
Really? And let me ask you this. When you start off, is it like football? I've always, like, when I started a game, if I hit my first couple of passes, I'm thinking, I'm going to do pretty well today. But the converse would happen to me, too. If I miss my first 12 passes, which happened a lot to me, I say, this isn't my day. Does bowling work like that? If you start poorly, is it hard to get it going?
It can be. There's days where I would start off bad and I'd start to fix it.
Does it get in your head? That's what I'm trying to get to. How close have you gotten to a 300 game?
286.
Wow, 286. That day, was that one of those days when you showed up and it was rolling great and you just knew it was going to be your day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Listen, Coach and Jordan, on behalf of Buckeye Cable and BCSN, we applaud you. Back-to-back league titles. Bowser, great job. Coach, Jordan, great job. You're a fine young man doing a good job. Very smart young man. Also, Phoenix Academy, which was, we were chatting, very cool. You take your courses online, which is really, and we were chatting, it's kind of the future of education in a lot of respects. So you're ahead of the curve in the academic side, and you're ahead of it in bowling, big guy, all right? Thanks so much for being with us today. We appreciate it. Tom Croley, coach for Buckeye Cable and BCSN.